Hello there, I'm Miss Lola from exampreptuition.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to have a look at one of the key elements of the 11 plus entrance exams. Today our focus is going to be on non-verbal reasoning. Let's have a look. Non-verbal reasoning, question 3. Same rule applies. So we are looking at the relationship between these two, and then we've got to determine which one of the 5 on the right hand side now goes with this shape here. So let's have a look at this shape and see how it has changed. The first thing we notice is that it's turned on its side. So this is what we would call a quarter turn. You have to pardon my squiggle. So it's now turned on its side, so basically going from that shape or that direction, it's now turned to the right. So for want of a better way of putting it, if you imagine the tip of it was pointing to 12 o'clock before, it has now turned clockwise, pointing towards 3 o'clock. So that's what we call a quarter turn. The second thing we notice is that instead of just having this one line, it's now got a double line. The third thing we notice also is that the shape on the inside has now popped inside, and again that has also turned facing from 3 o'clock over there to 6 o'clock over here. So it's gone from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, pointing downwards. So we've got to have a look and see how this particular shape is also going to look based on the ones we have here. So the first thing we know is that this particular shape also has to do a quarter turn, and of course it's now got to have a double line. Please feel free to laugh at my feeble attempts to draw this, but it's just to give you a very rough idea. So we've also noticed that this shape on the inside has also got to pop inside the shape, and not only that, but it's also got to do a quarter turn. So this in effect is going to go from facing 12 o'clock to facing 3 o'clock. So it will look something roughly like that. And I'm going to try and shade that in. Okay, now we've got to look at one of these shapes and figure out which one looks most like that. It's definitely not going to be E, because the shape on the inside hasn't popped in, it hasn't turned, and it hasn't got the double lines. So we can quickly get rid of that one. This has got the double lines, but this shape on the inside hasn't popped in, and it definitely hasn't done the quarter turn. So that's out. This has the double lines we want. It's facing the right direction. The one on the inside is also fine. However, the shading is wrong. The outside of that here should be white and the inside should be black, because the inside of that shape, the shading does not change. So we cross that out. Let's have a look at A. Is it A? It would have been if it had the double lines all around the outside. We are now left with B, and therefore B is our answer. Question 4. I'm just going to move this up very slightly for you. We have this shape here, B, and this shaded box, and then we've got the star, and we've got this sort of like top of a pyramid only there. The next time we see it, you'll notice that B has moved down. This box has also moved down, whereas these two stay the same over here. Have you noticed something else? The outside of the box is also much thicker. So our shape has to have a thick shape. If we go on to the question that they're asking us, the M needs to move down. This needs to move down. These two stay the same, and it must have a much thicker outline of this box. It's not going to be A, because we need M, our pyramid or shaded triangle, and the plus and star there. We've got that here, which would have been fine, but we do need the outside to have a thick outline. So it's not going to be it's not going to be B. Most likely going to be C, but let's just quickly eliminate the rest. That doesn't have a thicker outline, so these are eliminated already. We are now left with our answer, which is C.